Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Advancement Center to the world of magic and miracles. Another beautiful day. These days just get more and more magic and more filled with something new, something exciting, some new direction, but often the direction isn't even conscious until after you've changed your direction randomly. I've just recently become aware how much I actually love the randomness of life, of doing life, not planned, just randomly doing what comes, following your spirit and seeing where it takes you every moment of every day. That's what I envision for my future. And today some things came forward for me as I awoke this morning, as I was driving in to Santa Barbara from up north for this broadcast. And a lot of really amazing tools and things we've been given over the years by Robert Young, who started this amazing advancement center, were things like using your energies, using the active energies when you had to get up out of your chair. Don't use your muscles. And it was so funny because on my usual drive to work, there's often horses on one or both sides of the road. And I just happened to be driving by as a horse that had been laying down stood up. He stood up just as the moment I was driving by, which was kind of amazing. You don't see that very often. And I meant to look up the weight of a horse. I mean, horses are very heavy animals, and it just all came to me, like that information we were given so long ago. It's like the animal world just does it naturally. That's a lot of weight for a horse to raise up and a lot of height to raise too. And I watched the magic of it. It felt like someone who was using their active energies to get up with this amazing gravity that we have here on physical Earth. And it just brought this joy to me because it was a remembrance of something that we could use any moment. It was I just love being reminded about things from nature. It's always just such a delight for me to see these creatures and the trees and the flowers and the birds. They just uplift my spirit every time I have any interaction with them. And it also happened when I woke this morning. Sometimes as we're getting older, there's things that start to misbehave in our bodies and these physical bodies. And so it was a bit difficult to move around when I first awoke. And at one point I was about to drink a glass of water. And then I remembered bringing life into your water. Just holding your glass, you can bring life into your water. And I did that. And as I'm drinking the water, I got tingles all over. and my whole being shifted. Everything that was troubling me just instantly, poof, it just vanished. And these are some really simple things that we always have at our fingertips. The power of our being is so immense, and we don't even know it. And I'm especially speaking for myself, as I was reminded of that recently. It doesn't take much in this physical world of everything is about doing. Sometimes using magic in the world of magic and miracles, you don't need to do. It's much gentler, it's much softer. It doesn't take a bunch of effort. So sometimes I will bring the effort of the physical world into that, and it's can be a little bit overpowering. So it's an interesting balance and a sensitivity to have when you're living in the world of magic and miracles at the same time that you're here on physical planet Earth. Oh my goodness, there is just so much, so much. I don't know where to. It's like I've said this before. As I sit here, there's this amazing amount of, it's actually delight, things that are amazing in the world, in my world, that just are spinning around me like a little, I don't know what to call it, in such a way that each one of these little sparkles of information, I could call it, wants to be picked. Share me, share me. And there's too much. And sometimes it's going so fast, I can't pick anything. I just have to wait for the next thing to come. But as I sit here, one of the things that I love about these broadcasts is how we have these amazing flowers that we set up behind us. I'm always very tuned in to these flowers. It's even in the process of picking them up from the store in the morning on my way in. They speak to me, like some bunch of flowers will like the other thing I was just sharing will say, pick me," and they'll stand out. And they're such an amazing part of this broadcast for each and every one of us because it's especially the sunflowers, they're like smiling faces behind me. And all of these beautiful creations of nature, they're just they just bring me so much joy. It doesn't take much to enjoy being here on physical planet Earth. And I'm always amazed at everything we have around us. And again, I'm going to speak of the trees because as I've said before, we've had this actually first normal rainfall this winter season than we've had in the 10 years I've been here. And I'm still feeling the trees. As I was driving in today, it's just it's powerful. I really am connected with them. And all of this, we're having quite a bit of fog. So all up and down the California coast, this is typical. You'll hear May gray and June gloom. But it doesn't usually go on for quite this many days in a row. And of course, we complain, we want our sun back, but it's wonderful. It's fresh, it's not getting too hot, and the trees are still reveling in this incredible amount of water they got from the sky. And that's how I feel about what's happening here on planet Earth with all of humanity as we continue to enjoy our lives, as we continue to connect with ourselves, especially these beautiful broadcasts with Barbara on Sunday and David doing 2 broadcasts a week on Fridays and Mondays, and now Adrian with us on Saturdays. It's it's really incredible. I think I've said this just last week, but what's coming through and coming forward is becoming more and more exquisite every day. And what this is doing for humanity is immense. The way I'm speaking of the trees and having been without water for so long and how they're responding, I'm feeling this for humanity, especially at this time. It's like the rain is pouring in to this field in which we live. We live in it's hard to describe. There's so much that comes as one being shares, transmits their magic, their essence, their gifts. It permeates everything. It's like the fish in the ocean. It would be a little bit easier to visualize something permeating the water of the ocean and how everything in the ocean would benefit. It's the same with what we all live in here on planet Earth. This nourishment that's coming through at just unbelievable rate, but it's like a rain. It's like a beautiful spring rain that just brings life and more life and more life. And there's so much more coming. This is only the beginning. As we sit here, each one of us in this chair, it's incredible what happens because of those that are standing with us and behind us as we are lifted and as we're supported, the comfort that we increasingly feel in simply letting ourselves be us and expressing our essence. And each one wants the upliftment of humanity more than anything else. That's our job. That's what we've signed up for. to bring everyone back to themselves and lifting each and every one higher and higher with love and kindness and delight and a little bit of mischief and lots of magic and miracles. I feel like I'm standing in a waterfall at this moment. That amazing feeling when there's this beautiful water coming over the rocks, and it's like a shower, and you could feel the life in the air even with these water droplets landing everywhere. That's what this moment feels like. And as these broadcasts go on, it's like every day, every time there's a broadcast, and honestly, even it carries over in between, there's that feeling of just living and walking through waterfalls and through the trees with the freshness and the life, the laughter, the beauty, the calm, the excitement. It's all there. And it's got a different flavor every day, every moment. And I just think it gets more and more beautiful every day. So this is just a tiny bit of what humanity has to look forward to as this continues, as the gifts continue to pour out on this magical day. And it is one of our family's birthday today, so I want to wish you, for the whole planet to hear it, happy, happy, happy birthday, Vidi. So look forward to celebrating with this beautiful family, these beautiful moments, our beautiful future. You never know what's coming next, but it just keeps getting better. And I am just so happy to be here at this time with these beings. And I send each and every one on planet Earth and beyond the most perfect life, perfect health, and fantastically magic future. Thank you for joining me here today. I am Genya.